International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides
Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
I believe, and I always have, that you need to learn how to win. We've talked to athletes and coaches ad nauseum over the years, and we've asked the question about learning how to win. Does the best team always win? And I'm going to guess there's many of you who are going to tell me today that the Chargers were the better team yesterday, and you might even be right. But the Chargers didn't win. The Chiefs won. Chiefs are a champion of past. The Chiefs have learned how to win, and the Chiefs won last night. 27-24. You're going to tell me how they dropped balls and on missed chances, and you might even be right. Good morning, Merry Friday. Your football weekend is off and running with a really entertaining one last night in the National Football League. The Kansas City Chiefs knock off the, I'll say it, San Diego Superchargers. I don't know. If I say San Diego, by the way, it's not because I don't know that they're in LA. I just haven't accepted it. 27-24. How you living? Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck.
I'm living like a man that needs to listen. Even though I did pick Kansas City last night, 27-24.
And if you took the Chargers, you beat the spread by a point. And
but
you were screaming for a damn field goal at the end.
The Chargers are going to Charger. And that is what they did last night in Kansas City.
Wow, really?
Yeah, pick six the other way.
Yeah.
That's total charging, especially on a play in which Gerald Everett was trying to sub himself off the field because he was tired, and then you watch him run that route, and he was giving zero effort.
That's right. It was one of the softest going through the motions route, and Justin Herbert obviously didn't realize that, and threw the ball where he thought Gerald Everett would be. Gerald Everett was gassed, wanted off the field, didn't want to be on the field, was on the field, and so didn't play the play. You know they always talk about you can't take a play off. Gerald Everett took the play off. The problem was his quarterback threw him the football. He wasn't there, and it went 99 yards the other way in the hands of a guy named Jalen Watson, whom you probably never heard of. Did you just tell me Charger going to Charger? See?
Yes.
I've heard that before somewhere.
Yeah. A wise man has said that in that moment to start, or early in the fourth quarter, was totally that. You're driving, just made a big play, and then just one miscommunication, and Gerald Everett just like huffing and puffing, not knowing which way he's going on the route. Herbert thinking one thing, he's going the other way. Boom, 99 yards.
Yeah. It's a big deal, isn't it?
It's a huge deal. And something just feels off about that offense last night.
Which, the Chargers?
The Chargers offense. Because,
well, they're missing their best receiver.
Okay.
And I don't know if that throws you off, but that was...
Keenan Allen's not that dude.
You know
where
he
destroys the game plan.
No, I agree with that.
No.
I agree with that.
Especially when Mike Evans has 8 for 117 and a touchdown, and then he's not there in the second half.
Yeah.
These are the games that's going to shorten Brandon Staley's career, where you have an opportunity in the second half, you're in control, you're doing a really good job of making the Chiefs not look explosive. Your defense is keeping them from running a ton of plays, forced them to pump 4 times in the first half, and then you allow Kansas City to get off and showcase themselves in the second half. That's a rough one for the Chargers.
All right, so your quarterback went out and got cracked a little bit. He's got a rib injury, but he still went for 34 yards, 33 for 48, 3 touchdowns, an interception, and 334. So your quarterback threw a pick six because your tight end didn't run a route. You had, 3 interceptions dropped. And you know I'm not a Brandon Staley guy, right? But what did you want the coach to do? Like, what could the coach have done differently? Because I tell you, and I agree with you, that they've got to learn how to win, that they charger it, that guy's a big reason why.
Well, that play on it's Herbert and Everett that changed the game.
Why can't he get off the field?
But there's, I think they want tempo in that situation.
All right, there you go.
Because you're seeing it, right there.
Dude
He's
wants
like,
off.
okay.
And they waved him back on. He's like, all right, whatever.
it was kind of a theme last night. It was interesting. People were disappointed with the lack of aggressiveness.
What did he pick up a dime or something? What did he stop to do? Like
Pick up his mouthpiece.
I thought he dropped a quarter.
I already saw one on the field.
Hey,
quarter.
hey.
Penny.
Put it-
Heads up
put it in
all
the
day
Coke
long and have
machine
good
later.
luck.
All right, let's go today. 505-246-0610. Amory, what'd you think of the game last night? You were on the Chiefs to win.
No.
Oh, do you won the
I
Chargers
picked the
last night?
Chargers.
All right, so you won the bet. If you took the 4, did you take
Yeah,
the 4?
took the 4.
You liked that last touchdown instead of a field goal, didn't you?
Well, what about Derwin James sumo slamming Travis
Travis
Kelce?
Kelce?
Did you
No,
see that? I was like,
that's a
what
big man he
was
threw to the
that?
ground. Yeah, that's a big man he picked
That's
up.
a
and threw to
bad
the
man.
ground. Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I don't like how Brandon Staley played. He played a bit too conservative last night,
Okay.
but I thought it was a really good game, and I hope Justin Herbert's okay.
So does everybody who's got an interest in Justin Herbert and the Chargers. I don't know that he is. And I have
mean,
no
he looked.
info.
I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Take him out of the game.
I mean, that looks like a dude with cracked rib.
He couldn't
ribs.
even. Was it the third down? He couldn't even run a yard to make the first
But
down.
did you see the play after that?
Yeah, he made a touchdown, but
Well, the laser.
I know. I'm
fourth
like,
down
what's
throw?
going on
it
here?
was a terrific throw. It
That
was
was-
a terrific-
I couldn't figure it
How
out.
does that
though.
happen?
I don't know.
He can't walk
He
for 3
couldn't
yards.
walk or run a yard to get the first
the
down,
very
but then
next play.
bam. I'm like, was he trying to throw everybody
Like a
off?
dime.
So the rib thing,
Unbelievable.
Chase Daniels, their backup quarterback, he went in
Which,
and,
by the way, I had no idea that Chase Daniels
God
was the
bless
backup.
Chase
God,
Daniels.
he has a Super Bowl ring.
and he's got a Super Bowl ring and like tens of millions of dollars, and he started like one game in a 13-year career, and has played like in about 12 of them, and makes bank to
So-
be the backup quarterback.
Yeah, well,
Chase,
that-
go in, take a snap.
Yeah,
All
Chase
right, yes
Daniels.
sir, yes sir. It had the look, and I'm just telling you the look. It had the look of a guy who's got broken rib or ribs. Now, can you play with broken ribs? You can. Guys have. That's a pain threshold thing. And what's he going to be able to do? I believe he's a tough guy. I believe he's a different cat. I believe Justin Herbert's all that. I believe if Justin Herbert wasn't a Charger, he might even be a Super Bowl champion by the end of this year.
These
right?
are two really good teams.
No, those are two really good teams. Those might be two of the three best teams, not only in the AFC, but in the NFL. The three best teams might be in the AFC.
And we talk about how teams play Kansas City.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs had a game plan in place to do that to the Chargers. Because last night, 15 pass attempts at or behind the line of scrimmage
Okay.
for Justin Herbert.
Right.
So they were dinking and dunking, taking what the defense was giving them. But we saw the same thing from the Chiefs offense. And Patrick Mahomes, early, not a lot there, not explosive. But that game came down to one mistake, and it was made by the Chargers.
Patrick Mahomes completed passes to 9 different receivers, and he targeted 10. Kelsey was, I don't want to say taken out of the game, but kind of. 5 for 51 is a really pedestrian Travis Kelsey day. So where did he go? He went to his back 4 times, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He went to Hardman 3 times, Justin Watson twice, Valdez Scantling twice.
Anyone have Justin Watson in fantasy?
They will by
next week.
Next week, yeah, that'll be the guy. I look, if you're gonna, because I know you're gonna tell me, and I already saw it. I had text messages yesterday. The better team didn't win. Okay. One team's 2-0 and one team's 1-1. That's all I know. One team feels pretty good this morning about what they did, and the other one doesn't. And to get over the hump, you got to beat those guys. Like, that's who you got to beat. And you didn't. And look, this season's not over. The Chargers are going to win double-digit games. The Chargers are going to be just fine.
That's a game that can flip a division. And that's why it stings that much more for the Chargers. Even if you get them back in LA, you split the series, that's one of those games where you're keeping Patrick Mahomes quiet. At the end of the day, you see, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers for Patrick Mahomes at 235 yards.
Yeah.
Like, it was quiet. But Mahomes doesn't make mistakes.
Not a lot of them.
And that was the difference in the game, is just seeing when he was able to make those big plays, he still hit them, finding Hardman downfield. But that's what makes this team so scary. is Patrick Mahomes is just he's 9 different receivers.
Yep.
Like he doesn't flinch. Just cool, calm, and collected. All right, let's get this going. Had some screenplays early. Clyde Edwards-Helaire run game kind of caught the Chargers off guard, I think, in that first series. Just steady Eddie Patrick Mahomes, and just waiting for the Chargers to make that mistake.
And then he pounces. All right, Charger fans on the line. We're going to get there. We got to take this break. 505-246-0610. Let's go. Guest list today, 8 o'clock this morning. Former Lobo linebacker George Carter is going to join us. I have the privilege of joining George in the broadcast booth tomorrow night on the television side for the Lobos and UTEP Miners. George will be the analyst, so we're going to talk to George about the Lobos and Miners tomorrow. Coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, Lobo linebacker Alec Morenko, who is off to a terrific start this year. He's from El Paso, Texas. Here comes his hometown team. We're going to talk to Alec about the game tomorrow and the emotion of playing against the Miners. It's yours until then, 505-246-0610. That's how to get in on the text line and on the phone line. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On the Twitter, _JJ Buck. And on the Facebook, where you can watch the show, it's The OD in the AM. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks, Comcast Channel 26, and on our Facebook page. Go to the phones. Charger fan, can't wait to hear what you have to say next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark.
Had a big, nice New Mexico Bowl board and sponsor event last night out at the office on the west side of Paradise Hills Golf Course.
West side.
Shout out to the proprietor, the owner, John Bailey, for hosting us there. A beautiful event. But, yeah, they had the games up. The place was packed. Just packed.
Did you see what someone tagged us in on Twitter?
I did not.
My mom still hasn't found the game, but she did buy herself another lovely pair of slippers and an air fryer.
It's so good. It's right, though, huh? I was able to get it on my phone and watch it. Well, I'm sorry, listen to it on the way home. I didn't watch. Yeah, I would never do that.
It's okay.
Yeah, get it on the car. All right, Chargers.
Good broadcast.
Yeah, look, Al Michaels.
Smooth.
Look, when Al, and I thought what I heard, and I didn't hear the whole first half, but I thought Herbie and him sounded good.
We're good together.
Yeah, I'm a big Al Michaels fan.
Very good.
Big Al Michaels fan. All right, let's go. 505-246-0610. Chiefs beat the Chargers 27-24. Lenny, what says you? Good morning.
Well, this is another game of Staley thinking he's smarter than he is.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
It comes down to just one play. When McCoy or Everett starts coming off the field because he's too tired, why are you sending him back in? And then you're calling a slant
to him
at the 1 yard line to him, and then Herbert, knowing he's tired, why isn't he just running with the ball
or go somewhere else? Or go somewhere else. Or he wasn't the only guy in the route. Go somewhere else.
So you telegraph the throw to a guy who's running at half speed, but it still came down to Staley, who wanted not to give Kansas City a chance to make any defensive changes.
I get it.
Blew the game.
Yeah, I get it. I get what your point is in the pace, but if you got a guy who listen to him, if a guy's telling you I can't go, listen to him. It's
right, but
practice
Herbert
is the
smart
time.
enough to know, and you're seeing that from the play before. What Herbert can call done the play at the line and change it, and then argue with Staley later on that the guy couldn't run the route.
Yeah, look.
But he didn't do it, and he threw it right between two defenders.
Yeah.
It's Staley again. This is just his other version of going forward on fourth down.
Look, and I don't know. It's got to be so frustrating to be a fan of that team because they're so good. And you can make the argument, and I might even believe you, that that's the best roster in the NFL. But they're the damn Chargers.
Best roster in the NFL.
They're the damn Chargers.
Even minus Keenan Allen last night.
Yeah.
Just looking on paper, they should have won by more.
And they lost by 3.
Herbert was having a great game, except for that one throw.
Won by
but
more.
It doesn't matter how great of a game you have. It only takes one play to turn the tide.
Yep. Yep. Look, they're going to be all right. And at some point, I do think they learn to win.
Staley has to learn to win because he thinks he's smarter than he is.
Your boy Genius has got to figure out that there's still stuff to learn. And as smart as he is,
he's a defensive coach.
He is a defensive coach.
And then the thing is, you still had 2 tight ends on the bench. You have the second-year receiver in McKenty, and then you have Parham, who's 6'8".
Look, you had somebody to put in instead of Everett. Yeah, you had someone who could have gone on the field and run that route instead of Everett. If you were so locked in that that's the guy you're going to go to.
Who scored last night.
Yeah.
So you had different ways you could have scored at the 3-yard line.
Well, look, as much as you want to put it on Staley, and I think there's something to it, you got to look at your quarterback a little bit, and he's got to recognize the situation. Why did he throw there?
For not changing it at the line of scrimmage. He knew Everett was tired.
Yeah.
He could have changed the play. He could have deceived everyone and gone with that play and run.
Yeah. You're all right.
Even if he'd lost a yard, it's still better than throwing a 99-yard pick six.
Yep, understand. All right,
So
man.
it's frustrating, and I'm still looking for my remote this morning for Amazon. So I had to go to my phone to switch it back.
Oh, is that right? You can't find? Would you throw it or something?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, you still got the Jets this weekend, so
I went airborne.
You got
hit the ceiling and then went airborne. Luckily, I have an Amazon remote on my phone.
That's so damn funny. All right. Well, at least you got the Jets.
You know, it's bad enough that I have season tickets still, and I've already bought tickets for airline tickets for 6 games this year.
You'll win a lot of those. You just won't win the big ones. You just won't win the big ones.
But it's just frustrating because last night should have set the tone for the season, beating the Chiefs and KC.
Maybe it did set the tone, which would be a bummer.
Okay, so now they need to wake up because they're still good enough to win 12 to 13 games.
Yeah, and they will. And they will. And they will.
But they can't. But they always come up with a way to lose.
Yes, they do. And they did last night because you know why? Because they're the San Diego Superchargers.
Yes,
that's what they are.
I know. I mean, it's bad enough that I have to root for the Jets still, and then I have to deal with the best team in the league and losing like that.
Oh, man.
And Mahomes always, you're taking away with what Mahomes did. He didn't have a great game last night.
But he won.
And he always seems to win.
And he won. All right, man. Enjoy the weekend. We'll catch
And
you
he
next week.
would have not made that mistake.
No, I know he wouldn't. I know he wouldn't. All right, Lenny. Enjoy the weekend. Good luck to the Jets. We'll catch you next week. Thanks, man. 552460610.
Could Kansas City actually have a pretty good defense?
So,
because when you look last night, here's a fun stat for you.
Yeah.
So the Chargers were up 10-0, and then they punted on 6 of their next 8 possessions.
All right, so I got to be honest with you, right? Because I was hosting that event, I didn't watch the game as tightly as I should have. So the numbers tell me they were all right. I mean, they gave up 334 yards, so they gave up, 400 yards. And the pick 6 saved them from losing the game. I don't know. Is their defense that good? I don't know.
I don't think it is, and I think that's where there's a lot of people looking and saying, why is that offense so conservative at times?
The Chiefs?
No, the Chargers.
Oh, the Chargers.
Like so many dump offs. At some point in time, everyone says, "Oh, take what the defense gives you." You got to give the defense something too.
You got to force the issue at some point. Yeah.
And if Joe Lombardi and Brandon Staley are playing this dump off game, taking their foot off the gas, and then offensive line gets beat up. Is there an offensive line that can actually block anyone in this league right now? Like the injuries are just They lost 2 offensive linemen last night. The Chargers did.
Yeah. Is there an offensive line that can block anybody?
We're just seeing these linemen go down, these defensive lines going off. Yeah.
Buffalo right now, I mean, to your point, everybody's beat up. Like, those guys are that's such a brutal position. Those guys get so beat up.
Played 1 game in week 2.
Yeah. Philadelphia seemed to run the ball pretty well last week. But honestly,
as did Detroit.
As did Detroit. Yeah, that's a really good question. All right, we're going to go through the rest of the NFL. We got to hit your boy Fitz. Fitz magic unloading on Tommy. Just unloading on Tommy. So I didn't catch a lot of Fitz's act on pregame show. I saw his shirt. I saw how he looked. Was he any good?
I didn't watch the
I didn't see it either.
All right, I saw him up on my screen, but we,
I'm going to look it up.
All right, so we'll get into that. 8 o'clock this morning, Lobo football. George Carter, the former Lobo linebacker, who will be the analyst on the television broadcast. We're going to talk to him about Lobos and UTEP, what to expect. I've got correspondence already coming in from you on the Lobos and UTEP.
Sure, you watched that game last night, too.
The Chargers game.
Yeah,
we could talk to him about that. There's live golf news to talk about. We haven't gotten into your guy, Brett Favre. Oh, man. Or Robert Sarver and LeBron's reaction to that and what happens there, because that's not over. That's the Suns owner. So we got a lot to do here on a Friday. At some point, we shall ho. Alec Marenko, Lobo linebacker, is going to join us. That's going to be at 9 o'clock today. So we got all kinds of good stuff for you. Come on in, get in when you can, because we got big Friday. How's your vehicle looking? Huh? Probably like mine, right? I'm about due for On the Spot Automotive Detailing. I love when On the Spot Automotive Detailing comes out and details my vehicle. Washes it, waxes it, scrubs it, cleans it, vacuums it, shines it between the seats, around the rims, under the hood, detailing your vehicle where it's convenient, when it's convenient for you. Look, before the bad weather hits, get an extra coat of wax on your car. Talk to them about the ceramic coating that they offer, which is the best way to protect your paint for years to come, and they guarantee it. You're going to probably have your car for a while. In this day and age where there's shortages of everything and the cost of everything is so high, you're probably going to hold on to that vehicle for a while. Take care of it. Call On the Spot Automotive Detailing and have them come out and take care of your vehicle where it's convenient, when it's convenient for you. They also offer paint corrections and sap removal, and they have a 10% discount for our military. And with the holiday season coming up and you're thinking about gifts, this is a great gift. I've given it a few times, and it is a winner every single time. Schedule today On the Spot Automotive Detailing, 505-859-2859, 505-859-2859, or you can go online and book there at otsdetailing.com.
Brought to you by Vision Zero.
Take the Vision.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
I haven't performed in Santa Fe before, and Grady was there.
Like the real Slim Grady?
The real Slim Grady was there.
Did they bring any candy corn?
No,
Or
but
a
that
bottle
was
of Maker's Mark 46?
No, but he did stop by because it's on his way home from work.
Really?
Yeah.
So had you met the real Slim Grady
The
before?
real Slim Grady.
Have you met him before?
No.
That's a good dude right there.
That was awesome.
Yeah. He's an OG on this show, man. I think he's been with us since the day we started listening to this show. And, yeah, he pops up at birthday bashes and all kinds of things along the way.
That was so nice.
Let's pop out. Like, oh.
Yeah, hey, there's Grady. There's Grady's family. There's Grady's cousin or niece or whatever she was that time. They're all there. Yeah, it's nice.
There's a comedy festival all weekend in Santa Fe. You should check out if you're in Santa Fe.
If you're in the Santa Fe. There's a lot going on this weekend.
I know.
Obviously, the big birthday bash for our mothership, News Radio KKOB, 100 years old. So they got their big bash tomorrow at the Balloon Fiesta Park. I don't know if you heard, Lobos are playing UTEP tomorrow at University Stadium. 6 o'clock is the start over on News Radio KKOB. If for some reason you can't get there, it'll be on My 50 statewide and worldwide on the Mountain West Network. I will have the play-by-play along with George Carter, who will join us coming up at 8 o'clock. Looking forward to that. And JJ will have be with Nedward Abraham James on the pregame show over on News Radio. We're all working tomorrow, eh, Marie? Want my tickets?
I'm working Isotopes.
Oh, that's right. You're doing Isotopes.
And, yep.
Yeah, we're all working tomorrow. Days off. No days off.
No days off, all right?
No days off.
No days off.
Just call us Tom Brady.
That's yeah.
Well, he takes 11 days off.
He just took 11 days off.
That's
didn't
true.
To hang
That's
out
true.
with the family.
Bill Belichick it.
Bill Belichick it.
What do you got? You were staring
Nick
at
Saban
something.
it.
You were going to say something. No? Oh, I thought you had something.
By the way, it's Ryan Fitzpatrick and Richard Sherman on the I didn't even notice that. I didn't watch the pregame.
So
what did Ryan do?
I tried to find clips.
say?
I couldn't find anything.
What do you mean? What did Ryan say? Like what did he say about Tommy?
Yeah.
So all right, and this was Fitz has been out really kind of on the promo run this week, because well he's doing the pregame show on the Thursday nights on Amazon, and so he was talking on a. Do you know? Have you heard of Pardon My Take? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's Barstool.
Okay, all right. So he's not a big Tom Brady guy. Okay, he's not a fan of Tom Brady. So he was talking on that podcast, and the subject of Brady came up, and here's where the animosity starts, I guess. Well, it doesn't really start here. It's been there. Tom Brady was talking recently about when he became a free agent and went to the Buccaneers, and there were other teams he spoke with, and it's believed to be the Raiders and the Dolphins. He said one of the teams, this is Brady now, one of the teams, they were interested at the very end, and I was thinking, you're sticking with that mother bleeper? Are you serious? That was his quote. Basically, they didn't go with Brady. They're staying with the quarterback that they had, and Brady's like, really? You're sticking with that MFer? Like, really? And Fitzpatrick is convinced that MFer is him. Like, when he was with the Dolphins, that he was going to go play for the Dolphins, he's convinced that he is that unnamed quarterback who is that mother bleeper, okay? And so Fitzpatrick kind of went on this thing, because there's some people who thought well, it could be Derek Carr, could be Jimmy Garoppolo. He was allegedly speaking with the Raiders and the Niners. And remember that time where where's Tommy going to go? And the Raiders, the Niners were both viable conversations. Do you recall that?
Well, the last few weeks, Rob Gronkowski blew up that story with Dana White, and
well,
so
but that was
when
a
Derek
trade.
Carr came up.
Yeah, but that was a trade. I think this is a different. I think this is when he was looking at being a free agent, but it could have been then too. All right. So during the podcast interview, Fitz was told that Brady respects him. And Fitzpatrick's just like, no. He said, quote, no, zero respect. He'd never shake my hand. Man, he says, and this is a quote from Fitzpatrick. Man, I've told this story before, but he just pisses me off. I'm playing in Buffalo, playing New England. They're kicking our ass every single year. They're beating us. We finally, in 2011, knocked them off. It was right at the beginning of the season. We had this great start. He threw 5 interceptions in the game, which was just wonderful to see. Every single one of them, just wonderful to see. And then he says, but there's no handshake. Like, no handshake. No quarterback in the middle of the field. Where are the cameras? Okay, hey, stay healthy, buddy. Pat me on the head. Let me go. Just ran straight off. It just bothered me so much because there was no respect there. Every time I played him after that, I was like, all right, let's make this dude respect me. That was Fitzpatrick. So he just told the story. And he said the last one, that the last time he played against Brady, he said the last, this is a quote, was really sweet because it was the tank for 2 a year. We start out 0-7. This was the worst football team of all time, ? They beat us 43-0 at the beginning of the season. They needed to beat us to get home field advantage, and it was his last regular season game as a Patriot, and we go out and score at the end, and we beat them. He said that he said he went out, he found him, and he initiated the handshake and made him shake his hand. So he's not a Tommy fan because Tommy didn't shake his hand after that. All right.
Tom Brady's got that Michael Jordan edge to him in terms of he dislikes a lot of people and he's not as bubbly as some people want to make him out to be, the Tom Brady lovers.
Well, look,
Tom, happens, man.
Tom Brady seems to be supportive of his people, his teammates. I don't know, man. Do you have to like everybody? Where are you on handshakes? We've had this conversation a million times. And I think it's so different protocol for basketball. College basketball, right? College basketball protocols, you get in a line, you shake the other guy's hand. Football, the head coaches are expected to shake hands, right? That's the only ones who are expected to shake hands. Some guys go straight to the locker room. Other guys kind of mingle around, look for old teammates, find guys, dap them up, hug them up, hey, pat them on the head, have a good year, love you, buddy, whatever. And other guys go to the locker room. Should I be upset if Tom Brady threw 5 interceptions after the game and didn't shake Brian Fitzpatrick's hand? I mean, he is.
Yeah.
I don't know that I give a damn, to be honest with you. Now you say, well, Jeff, if it was LeBron, you would, and I'm like, well, but it feels like there's a different protocol in basketball than there is.
Even if you had a bad game and just walked off the court.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, what's the protocol? That's what I'm kind of asking.
What's
expected?
I know you just read it. I'm blanking. Did Tom Brady go out and address other people after that game, or did he go straight
According
to
to Fitz, he went straight to the locker room.
Well,
yeah, after the 5 interceptions.
If he goes straight to the locker room, then I'm not feeling like he slighted me because he went past everyone else.
All right, so I'm going to lean on, and I don't know who we got to play quarterback at that level, but I mean, is it incumbent upon the quarterback to go find the quarterback? Is it incumbent upon the left tackle to go find the left tackle, or the defensive guy who we went up against every?
Should we call that James?
Well, I just what's protocol? Like, it's cool that they do it. I find it. I think it's kind of
honestly.
Cool
it depends on who you are, and you'll get the break. Because if that was Cam Newton, he'd be shredded all day, every day, just like he was for his post Super Bowl press conference. And you can just do whatever you want when you won enough games, and no one's going to question your personality or ability.
Yeah, I with all due respect, I mean to Ryan Fitzpatrick, I'm not going back to whatever year this was, 2000 whatever, and he didn't shake your damn hand. So now I'm going to think less of Tom Brady. Like whatever. I don't know, man. What's protocol? Guys do it, guys don't. I think the only thing that's really expected is the two head coaches are going to go shake hands. You're going to find they're going to find each other at midfield. That's why you have the officers, the cops that are with them. And they raise their hand and and they find him. I got the coach. Okay, and they shake hands real quick, or they embrace or whatever, and go on. Good luck to you the rest of the way. Basketball at the end of series. Basketball at the end of every NBA game, they don't do that. In fact, at the end of a playoff game, they do that. The only time you kind of expect it in basketball is at the end of a playoff series. Hockey would be the other one. You would expect them to be in the in the handshake line, right?
Only at the end of a series.
At the end of a series, yeah. Right.
No, it's just bad moment. Dude wanted to get away, and he did.
All right. Cowboys have the Bengals at home this weekend. Cowboys are a touchdown dog to the AFC champions, the defending AFC champions. Cooper Rush will get the start there. Chad wants to talk about that. Good morning, Chad.
Hey, good morning, guys. Just wanted to chat about my lowly Cowboys. I don't know. I'm feeling right now like, one, I was never really feeling great about this year. I just feel like the team's not as good as it was last year. I've called it before and talked about Jerry Jones and how much my disdain for him. Let me give you an example of Jerry Jones. I just made my own man cave for the first time. And I'm from Pennsylvania, grew up around Philly fans, and I said, hey, I've been pulling for the Cowboys no matter where I've lived, and it's been tough in Philly. And can you, so to speak, start my man cave with some Cowboy memorabilia? Do you know what he sent me?
Nope.
A picture of himself signed.
That's pretty good.
Here's me.
I like that.
So good. And did you put it up? By the way, Chad, where is it displayed?
Well, I'm a teacher, so I had it actually. I was kind of excited to get something. He did send me a pennant, too, a Cowboy pennant, so I have a little Cowboy corner in my classroom.
All right.
But I'm just so fed up with him that I took it down. It's keep in a closet somewhere with brooms and dustpans. So, yeah, I don't have it up, but
so good.
I feel like he's the source of all the frustration the Cowboys have been feeling because he can't stop letting people do their jobs, and it trickles down to everybody else, in the organization. And he's so much into himself, he has no idea, and I'm just tired.
And he probably thought, Chad, he was doing you such a solid. Oh, here's a fan, and Chad's gonna love this, and I'm gonna send it. Here you go, Chad, and here's me. That's so good.
No, I was so happy to get this package from the Cowboy office in Frisco, Texas, and I was so excited. I was like a little boy, I'm opening it up. I'm like, oh my God, I got this. They actually sent me something, and I open it up and I got a picture of Jerry Jones. Thank you.
And he signed.
Smiling
it.
With his hand. He signed it. Yeah, it was signed. It looks like it was like unless somebody else. It looks like a marker or it looked like a print. But anyways, getting back to the Cowboys, it just I wasn't feeling too great because we lost some players, and now. It's just, I feel bad for guys like Micah Parsons, he comes ready to play. Man, that guy's ready.
Yeah.
He's at least, though, he's up there. But you need to have a team around him. And letting go of Amari Cooper, I knew this was going to happen. You know what? Amari Cooper, they're upset because they're paying him like he's the best receiver in the NFL. Guess what? He was still very productive, and he opened up a lot for CeeDee Lamb.
He was fine.
And then you have guys like Zeke Elliott, who's getting $17, $15 million, who's way overpaid.
Yep.
That's a guy you should. It's like once you sign that contract with the running back.
Yep.
Why are we spending so much money on a running back?
100%.
Cooper is worth the money. Zeke is not. Like what? It's just.
Call your buddy Jerry, see what he can do, man. I'm sure he'll listen to you. Hey, Chad, appreciate the call, man. Enjoy the weekend. See you. That's my favorite Jerry Jones story.
I actually love everything about that. The fact that Chad's like, hey, I'm going to go back to my inner fandom as a kid and actually write a professional franchise.
Yep.
The fact that they actually sent him something back.
Yep.
And it was a picture of Jerry Jones himself.
So good. It's so good.
Not even just like, hey, Michael Gallup, we'll send you one of these, or Tony Pollard.
You know how many New Mexico Bowl requests I get from all of it? Can I get
a
program? Can we get? I get requests. Do you have extra tickets? Do you have a program for my man cave? Do you have a pennant? I'm just gonna start sending.
How do we not have a signed headshot
of me,
of you in this studio?
Send the action figure.
That's right. I'll send
the action figure.
All right, if you're there, stay there. Gosh, keep coming with great stories like that. Made my day because it's just so right. One day I want to run my fingers through my hair. No, those are gone. But if you need hair restoration, if you're struggling with hair loss, NuMale is your spot. You know about NuMale because for years they've helped men handle things like fatigue and depression, even erectile dysfunction. They've got industry-leading testosterone replacement. Now I don't know if you know this. They are the industry leader in hair replacement options for men and women. The number's 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. You can go online and look at them and contact them there at Numale, NUMALE.com. So listen, if you're struggling with hair loss and want to know about the options, and there are options, get a hold of Numale, because they can offer you a platelet-rich plasma hair therapy. Now, this uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle. It stops hair loss and regrows hair. They offer you an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser that is proven to regrow hair. And they also offer a NeoGraft hair transplant, which produces natural-looking results in less than a week, and there is no linear scarring. It works for both men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair with no side effects. Numale's here in Albuquerque. The number's 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688, or online at Numale.com.
This report is sponsored by
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up.
5246-0610. Derek, thanks for holding. Good morning, sir. What's up?
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good. What's happening, Derek?
Oh, good. Interesting start to the football season already.
Yeah, it is.
You have, had some upsets in week one. Niners losing to the Bears in a monsoon. The Russell Wilson going back to Seattle and losing. Nebraska firing Scott Frost.
After losing to Georgia Southern.
Last night, yeah. Last night, I thought Amazon did a pretty good job. I don't know if you guys have talked about this last night, and I really enjoyed the combination of Kirk Herbstreit and Al Michaels. I know a lot of people were kind of wondering how Herbie would do, in the NFL realm compared to, him being the college analyst. But I thought they did a great job. I thought they were a great team, worked really well together, especially for the first time. And I think it's going to work.
Yeah, what I heard, it sounded good. What I heard, I've always liked Al Michaels' stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard not to like Al Michaels, and I always enjoyed Herbstreit. I thought, he always did a great job, whether it was on College Game Day on ESPN in the mornings or on his color analysis on Saturday nights. But I thought they did a good job, and I think Thursday Night Football on Amazon is going to work.
It's going to work, yeah. All right.
All right, well, you guys have a great day. Enjoy you got the fair going on here and
State
Balloon
Fair
Fiesta in a couple
and
weeks.
Balloon Fiesta and Lobo games. Yep. So lots happening here. Enjoy Vegas. We'll catch up with you soon.
You guys have a great day.
See you. 505-246-0610. That's Derek checking in from Las Vegas. Text line. Was Fritz going to a hula or broadcasting a game? Because, he had a loud shirt on. That was his thing. It says, Brady is old school. Don't be buddy with the enemy. I wish more players had that. All right. Bud Grant. Ooh, a Bud Grant reference. It perked you up. I saw your little ears perk up. Bud Grant. I don't know if people even know who Bud Grant is. He's the old school Vikings coach. Never shook hands after a game. He always did it before the game because one coach is going to be pissed after the game. He learned that from Vince Lombardi. Is that right? Bud Grant?
Actually, I know who Bud Grant is.
Oh, I know you do.
I never heard that before. That he didn't.
Yeah,
shake
I'd never
hands.
heard that story. All right.
Out of all my fun facts.
This is also on here. Says Lenny is a Jets fan. Speech is going to Minnesota December 5th for Vikings versus Jets. May have to bet Lenny some green chili. All right, take him with you. You guys go together. Be a good time.
Yeah.
Good teams are not always good, but when they need to be, they suck it up and find a way to win. Not the Chargers. All right. Thanks for the correspondence. That's on the text line at 505-246-0610. Boy, I got a lot of emails already. You guys are already hitting it. You're all in on Lobo football. Got a big Lobo football game tomorrow. Kind of fired up about Lobos and UTEP. When we come back, we're going to talk Lobos and UTEP, and then I'll get into some of your emails on the Lobos and Miners. The game's on television on My50 and the Mountain West Network. Hopefully you're going to get out there and watch the game if for some reason you can't. I will have the play-by-play with George Carter. George is a former Lobo linebacker, and he is going to join us coming up next. We'll talk to him about what he's seen the first 2 weeks out of the Lobos, especially defensively, and what can they do offensively. Then we'll get back into more NFL talk. 9 o'clock, Alec Morenko is going to be with us. Lobo linebacker from Burgess High School in El Paso, Texas. Happens to be the Miners coming into town this weekend. So we'll talk to him about the emotions. His family's a big UTEP family. How does that work? Those are always fun stories as well. Then we'll get into the NFL. Cowboys a touchdown dog at home.
Cooper Rush. Can he spark you? Can you rally the troops? Circle the wagons.
You pick him up in your fantasy league?
I don't have any in my fantasy league.
You haven't done that? I mean, this is easy. Davis Mills or Cooper Rush.
Not for you.
It's easy. It's easy. All right, 505-246-0610. George Carter next. Talk Lobos and Miners on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare.
JJ is the kickoff. That means a quick recorded open. George and I have learned to be very quick with this. We were one-take wonders last week, by the way. Woo. You know that? He's a professional.
That is the one thing you control.
What's that, the open?
You taught me that.
Yeah. It's the only thing you control.
Keep
on a team.
it simple.
Yep.
Be set.
Yep.
And good to go.
Yep. And we did it in one take last week. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. Hope you're going out to the Lobos and Miners tomorrow. If not, the game is available for you worldwide on the Mountain West Network and locally on My 50. I will be fortunate enough to be sharing a booth with the analyst and former Lobo linebacker George Carter, who joins us this morning on the opening drive. Good morning, partner. How you living?
Doing well, guys. How are you?
Things are good. Things are good. I think we got a good one tomorrow night. You and I got together 2 weeks ago and weren't sure what we're going to see with the Lobos in Maine, and we saw what I think everybody was hoping to see. Tomorrow, I think, is a little different. These are two teams that are, I think, pretty similar and pretty well matched.
Yeah, I would have to agree, man. I mean, anytime UNM and UTEP get together, it's always a clash, right? I mean, from the days that I played and up until recent history, it's always a battle, and there's just such I don't know, there's a lot of energy around this game, but I agree, man. I think both of these teams are very, very evenly matched, and I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow night.
I want to start on not your side of the ball, the other side of the ball. Can the Lobos score points? I think you and I and most people think their defense is good. The concern is obviously, can they score enough points to win games this year?
Right, and I think, it all starts up front, right, guys? I mean, that has been the biggest question mark for this program this season, the O-line, and I think that's going to continue to be one of the big question marks. We got Tavian Ford coming in this week at left tackle. He played the vast majority of the game last week, almost all the game last week, and so protection up front is going to be critical, but I'd also like to see some more things from a scheme standpoint to get the ball out of Miles' hands a little bit quicker, and also begin to move the pocket around and see if we can utilize a little bit of the screen game to negate some of that pass rush. Because I'll tell you, UTEP has some big fellas up front that are going to be aggressive, and especially after they saw what happened to Boise State last week on film, I could tell you they got a big fella up there. Big praise. Amawule, man. I mean, he wreaked havoc on us last year, and if we don't cover him up, there's a good chance he could do that again this year.
6'3" and 250 coming off the edge. That's a big dude. George Carter's with us on the opening drive this morning.
George, do you see the football speed on this offense when it comes to the playmakers, specifically the young running backs? And you talk about trying to win at the line of scrimmage. It might be a long day, but how do they get those guys going? Because we've heard a whole lot about Nate Jones, and he got a whole lot of nothing in front of him against Boise State.
Yeah, we just couldn't get any push up front, right? And we couldn't sustain our blocks, JJ. And so I think that ultimately then same thing, right? We couldn't protect the quarterback. We can't protect our running backs. And I think last week the speed advantage that we had against Maine was completely wiped out against Boise State, right? And our ability to get the football to the edges, it was completely erased. And so, again, we've got to find ways to open up more holes and sustain blocks and also just, again, drive some people off the football, because that didn't happen at all last week. I mean, we were getting blown back off the ball more than we were driving people off the football. So, again, in order for all of this stuff to work, we need that O-line to really start to perform.
Do you recall the last time that you watched a Lobo defense have a performance like that, where you're just saying, wow, this is everything that people expect from Rocky Long when he's coaching a defense?
It's been a long time, man. I mean, right now, just looking at it statistically, right, in total defense, this is the 7th-ranked defense in the country. Yeah. And that's impressive, and especially with Boise State coming to town last week, right? I mean, that was a dogfight of a football game. I don't think the final score was indicative of how close that football game actually really was, right? And, yeah, I mean, JJ, I can't remember a defense that was that aggressive. Probably having to go back to 2007 when I played, and we finished, I think, 12th in the country in total defense. But just the maturation that you're seeing behind a lot of these guys, and they've got some seniority, right? I mean, you've got Jarek Reed and Tavian Combs who are just tackling machines right now and making plays for that defense. So, yeah, man, I mean, I think they're just going to continue to get better, quite honestly, as the season goes on. And I think the move of having Coach Long in the box while having Coach G down on the field has actually been brilliant thus far.
Yeah, you like that. He's George Carter, the former Lobo linebacker, who is the analyst on the television broadcast for tomorrow's Lobo UTEP game. You and I talked about it the other day. we feel like there's playmakers on the defense. And you mentioned Tavian Combs and Jarek Reed, but it feels to me like Ray Luatele is there. Rico Hanna's been there. Cody Moon and Alec Marenko have been there. I really like Marenko, who's going to join us at 9 o'clock this morning. Ronald Wilson has 2 interceptions in 2 games, so he's taking the ball away. They're making things happen. It feels like the defense is good enough to win a bunch of games if the offense can score. It's a defense of playmakers, it feels like.
It is, and we've got to start to create some turnovers on that side of the ball, right? I mean, we've got to start to steal some possessions, potentially turn those into points defensively if we can, and then same thing with the other phase of the game, right? We've got to start utilizing the special teams game as well to control field position and potentially get some points out of it, which we did last week. And so I think those 2 phases are going to be incredibly important to playing complementary football and giving that offensive unit some time to get cohesive.
You know, when we talk about playmakers on the defense, are there enough playmakers on the offensive side to be explosive? And I know we want to believe so, and you think Jordan Porter is one, and obviously Christian Washington, what he did on special teams. Do you think there's enough playmakers on the offensive side to make things happen? Luke Weissong, guys like that?
I do. They need more time. I mean, this is a very, very young offensive unit, and so, you know, I mean, obviously Jordan Porter and Miles, but I think some of the young bucks that we have on this offense give us a chance, right? I think Christian Washington showed his explosiveness last weekend. I think Weissong continues to be a huge X factor in games. And so, you know, Nate Jones, I think, is still getting his legs under him a little bit. I feel like we saw a little bit of rust last week. I mean, the kid hasn't played a football game in almost 2 years, or it's been 18 months. And so it's going to take some time for him to shake the rust off a little bit. But I think we have enough players, playmakers on the outside to be a fairly dangerous offense.
You know, George, when you look at this matchup against UTEP, and I think for the fans, they look at it, it's a traditional rivalry. The coaches want to play this game. But for the athletes, especially the young ones, it really hasn't been that big of a rivalry, even for some of the local kids. So how do they trying to start to build that back and get that passion on the field for UNM at UTEP?
Well, I think you've got to see some success in both programs, right? I mean, when we used to play those guys back in the early and mid-2000s, man, I mean, you know, we were pulling in 35,000 to University Stadium when they came to town, and they were pulling in 38,000 when we went down to UTEP, right? And I remember in 2005, that being the loudest stadium I've probably ever played in. And so I think part of it is going to come with winning, right, and making these programs somewhat relevant again in their respective conferences and also just in college football.
George,
the other thing I was going to say, I mean, again, Marenko's coming on the show earlier, but I do think there's an interesting recruiting pipeline that's beginning to open up from Albuquerque to El Paso and vice versa, right? So I also think, you know, just with some of the ties our coaching staff has into El Paso and that area, I do think we're also going to start seeing some more of those kids come up this way. And so I think that also adds a little fuel to the fire, right? I mean, Marenko's got like 25 family members coming to this game this weekend. So, yeah, I think that's also going to be something that's going to play into this as well.
Hey, George, I want to ask you this from a former player's angle. Danny's been really, really, really conscious about bringing the former players back into the fold. And I know every coach talks about it. I think for this program to get back to where it wants to be, it's got to embrace its success from the past. It's got to embrace the former players like you. Can you just talk a little bit about what he's doing, what this staff has done, and if it is any different than previous staffs and what that means?
Yeah, I think it is, right? It's kind of paying respect to the past and understanding the past, right? Because you've got to understand the past in order to create the future. And I think these young men need to understand what a lot of us have gone through, right? I've gone out there to practice a few times, and I've talked to some of the guys that I used to play with. Byron Bell is on the coaching staff. DeAndre Smith is on Wright is on the staff now as well. And it's like, man, these kids these days are different, right? It's a social media world, and they don't quite understand just the hard work and the grind that we all used to have to go through. And I get that because it's generationally a different time. But at the end of the day, the objective of what we're trying to do at UNM, which is win football games and a conference championship, has never changed, right? And so I think for us, it is making sure that these kids understand that relevance, right, and understand that we were working towards the same thing that you guys are or were, and you're now building upon the foundation that we've all built, right? I mean, that new weight room that's going in, the indoor practice facility, all of those things have been, happening over the last 20 years for this program. And before that, to build the foundation under it to see what we see today.
George, how's that message received? Do the guys, like, when you go in there, is it respected or is it, all right, old man?
It is.
Yeah.
It is,
No,
actually.
it's
Yeah, I think, especially when they hear the time period that we played, right? Because I think there is a little bit of an aura around, the program from, 06 to 08 and even before then, Coach Long's earlier years. And so I think they hear about that, and a lot of them have talked about it, and they've probably seen us on film. And so to be able to come back and talk to these young men about just what we've gone through, what we're seeing, what they're experiencing, right? Like, they just have someone who has a little bit of relatability with them, because the reality is there's not a lot of other college football players walking around on this earth, right? And so when they can connect with people who have gone through what they've gone through and come out the other end of it, I think there is a level of respect there. And I think that's just also part of the culture that Coach Gonzalez is also building there, of respecting the past.
George, do you feel that this team is close to taking that next step? And it would start with the game tomorrow, especially, with the LSU looming. If they win this game, I think you could really start talking about this team winning 6 games this season. But do you think they're close, or is there need to be a little longer with development overall?
I think they're really close. I mean, we've seen a completely different football team, guys, over the last 2 weeks than we've seen over the last couple of years from Coach Gonzalez. And I think we're starting to see the recruiting have an impact. We're starting to see all of the work in the weight room having an impact. And so I do think we're close, right? And I think just seeing the way we've been able to grow this thing on the defensive side of the ball gives me hope that we're also not that far behind from a quarterback, or not from a quarterback, but from the offensive standpoint. But what I was going to say as it relates to the quarterback and even the offensive line, and we've talked about this has been a headline, we've had no cohesion at that position over the last decade, right? And we need that to stabilize this program. And same thing with the offensive line. We need some cohesion there.
I love this, man. Let's do this more. You okay with that?
I'm okay with it.
All right. Looking forward to working with you tomorrow. Thank you for being such a pro. I love the fact that we're one take on the opens. And
Have you sent him George, has Jeff given you a signed photo of himself yet?
Not yet. I'm still waiting on that. Maybe game 3?
I don't have any, man.
You got to work towards that, JJ.
Yeah, we had a story. Jerry Jones sent a Cowboy fan. Some Cowboy fan asked for some Cowboy stuff for his man cave, and Jerry Jones sent him a signed picture of himself.
Oh, wow. Nothing better, right?
I mean, geez. I ain't doing that, man. I promise I ain't. Look forward to it. You're a pro. You're really, 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 really good at what you do, and I appreciate the perspective. Thanks for making time for us this morning. We'll see you out there tomorrow.
All right, guys. Thank you.
George Carter, see you. He's terrific. He just knows his stuff, man. And you work with a partner, JJ, and you've worked with many. George and I haven't worked a lot together, but it's just like, wow, okay, this works. This works.
I think we might have found ourselves a new football breakdown guy on Fridays if he has the time.
If he's got the time, that'd be great. All right, 505-246-0610. Little linebacker Alec Marenko is going to be with us coming up at 9 o'clock this morning. He's from El Paso. We'll talk to him about the big game this weekend. Your computer systems, as you know, are vital to the success of your business. And if they do not work, your business does not work. And there's a lot that can go wrong. Network servers, remote access, hackers, all these things you got to think about. But most business owners like you don't have time to be computer technicians, and that's why you got to know ABQIT. ABQIT. Look, you want to know 3 things. You want to know your system works, that your system is secure, and what will it cost. ABQIT has a business model that is made for you. They monitor your computers and network to keep them operating smoothly. They provide state-of-the-art cybersecurity to protect your entire operation, and it is at one fixed cost that is affordable every single month. Don't be a victim of an attack. Cyber attacks have paralyzed places like APS, Bernalillo County, shut them down for days and cost them a lot of money. And don't be naive to think this won't happen to you. ABQIT handles all this. No more different providers for your internet, your cybersecurity, and then when you need, buy new computers. One company, one affordable cost. Get a free assessment and see what ABQ-IT can do for your business. Visit abq-it.com. That's abq-it.com. No more worrying about your computer systems when you do business with ABQ-IT.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of
And then Friday morning quarterback, and then JJ is your quarterback. Omaha!
Nope.
Omaha!
Free safety all day, every day.
Are you free safety? That's what I was too. Yeah, because I wasn't as fast, but I kind of thought I was a little smarter. Not like Brandon Staley smart. I'm not that smart. But I was able to get in a position and pick things off, and I wasn't afraid to hit a little bit. Thanks to George Carter. Can I, of all the stuff and the breakdown there, and he's right, it starts with the offensive line and all that stuff. You know what I got most out of that? And this is something I wanted, and I've talked to George about, but I wanted our audience to hear the perspective from a former player. George played in the 06 and 7 New Mexico Bowl, played for Rocky Long, so he's of that era. And there was success. But I wanted our audience to hear how important it is that Danny Gonzalez and this coaching staff is welcoming, inviting, making it comfortable, encouraging former players to be not only part of the program by giving money, but being around the program. Come to practice, speak with the players. And you hear this, and I think sometimes it goes as noise. But I don't think you can overstate, especially for a program like this that is really trying to regain relevance, credibility, and in some cases even accountability, to bring back and embrace its past. And I wanted George to tell that story. And I didn't even really ask him before, how are the players, the current players, embracing that and receiving that? And I thought that was, out of everything there, I thought that was the most powerful.
It seems like a no-brainer, but it hasn't been at times. And that's the problem. If you suited up, whether you were a starting quarterback or just spent 3 to 4 years grinding at a program, you should always be able to just show up, because they're not walking in there like taking over anything. They're just showing up, and then Danny realizes that. Danny will point him out. But just being on the sidelines, being able to go to practice, it seems so simple, but it's not. But when you open that conduit back up, you get those former players back engaged. You get them coming out. You get them excited. Those little things, those connections can be huge for players that are there right now.
And especially guys of that era who have had success, right? And there hasn't been a lot of recent success, but you bring in guys who did experience success playing football at the University of New Mexico, who did go to bowl games, who did compete for conference championships, and you see them years later. I think it gives it credibility to what the coaches are saying. When the coaches say, we can win around here, and you're like, yeah, coach. But I think it gives it a credibility because you're looking at it and saying, it actually has happened. It has happened before. Here's a guy who shows me why it can happen. He's living, breathing proof of it. And I think it's important, and I wanted George to tell that story but to your point, JJ, it's something that seems so obvious, so easy, so why doesn't it happen everywhere? And it sounds like maybe it has not been happening around here nearly enough over the last bunch of years.
As much as it should.
Yeah. All right, we got a sweet deal for you. And as we do on Fridays, deals that are going to blow your socks off, or this maybe blow your ears off, or your experience. If you go to our website, which is sportsanimалabq.com, at 9 o'clock, and I suggest you go at 9 o'clock, click on the sweet deal icon. We have a great deal for you. It is Music for Your Eyes, a new O'Keefe experience at Electric Playhouse. Simone is here to talk about it. Good morning, Simone. How you living?
Good morning. I'm living as good as I can.
Well, I mean, it seems like you're living pretty good. You got a pretty good thing going.
Yeah.
All right. Talk about what's going on, because what I'm told is that you can dive into the mind and inspirations of one of the world's most iconic and revered artists, Georgia O'Keeffe, at Music for the Eyes. What is Music for the Eyes?
That's right. So that came from one of her quotes where she talked about how art can be like music for your eyes. And we worked with the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum in order to develop an immersive art exhibit. So it's kind of like the Van Gogh one, except it's going to be much more interactive, because that's what we do at Electric Playhouse.
Right. So when someone walks in, and the sweet deal is 2 tickets for the price of one. And so the 2 tickets, $60 value, you're getting $120 value for $60. So 2 tickets for $60. It's 2 for 1 on our website at sportsanimалabq.com on the sweet deal icon. So when I walk in, I experience what?
You're going to start out in a room where it's going to tell some of Georgia O'Keeffe's story as an artist.
Yeah.
And as that develops, you're going to get kind of an idea of the breadth of her work, because she's iconic for the flowers, right?
Right.
But she's done so much more than that. So this is to try and get you to understand how much she's really done. And as you get kind of her story, then you move into spaces where you can experience her art in a lot of different scales, and from kind of very up close and personal in a small space to very, very gigantic experiences.
All right, so this will be at Electric Playhouse. How long will this run? Let people know if they want to look at it. Is there a website? Can they get more information and learn about this?
Yes, there's more information on our website, so electricplayhouse.com, and it's opening at the end of September before Balloon Fiesta and going through November.
This will be big, so you'll get a lot of balloon fiestans. Fiestans? Is that right? Fiestites?
Fiestites.
Balloon fiestite, balloonists, yeah, those people. They'll come by. This will be big. Experience this. This is something. Georgia O'Keeffe is iconic, and this is a way that you're going to experience her that you've never experienced it before. And if you take advantage of the sweet deal, you can do 2 tickets for the price of one. That's $60 because they're normally $60 a piece. But go to the website, electricplayhouse.com. You'll get an idea, and then they're going to go hot on our website coming up here in about 34 minutes and 15 seconds at sportsanimалabq.com. Again, click on the sweet deal icon, and for $60, you get 2 tickets to go see this amazing, amazing display, a new O'Keeffe experience at Electric Playhouse. It's called Music for Your Eyes. Simone, appreciate you spending some time with us this morning. Have fun with this. Enjoy. Well, I mean, you're running with Jason this morning? All right.
Mm-hmm.
He's safe. He's been vetted, so you should be okay, as he is your escort around Radio Row. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks for coming by.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. When we come back, we will open it back up. Alec Marenko, Lobo linebacker, at 9. Open it up to you back into last night's Chiefs-Chargers. And we got to hit on your buddy Brett Favre, because I didn't think it would get any worse. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Albuquerque Journal and Business Outlook, when you need local answers. The most reliable and in-depth information about health, safety, jobs, taxes, crime, energy.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today.
Chargers last night, 27-24. You know why? Because they're the Chargers. 505-246-0610. Charger fans been in already. Chiefs fan, how you feeling? Like you're 2-0, and you should feel pretty good. And you listened to me during the offseason when I told you in the world that they're not falling off the cliff because Tyreek Hill left them. But I don't know. Were they the better team last night? The better team doesn't always win. And the better team doesn't have to win, right? Winners win. And that's really what you want to do. You want to find a way to win. Heather Dyke said it at the press conference on Tuesday that in soccer more than any other sport, she feels that the best team doesn't always win. But I'll tell you, in every sport, at times, the best team doesn't always win, right? There's Patriot fans who are still telling me that 17-0 team or that 16-0 regular season team that Eli beat was better than the Patriots. You know what, though? They didn't win, right? We agree on this?
That is correct.
All right, so that might be what happened. I don't know. Maybe the Chargers are better than the Chiefs. Maybe they're not. All I know is the Chiefs won last night, and they're 2-0. All right, we've escaped up until this point talking about Brett Favre, the former Minnesota Viking quarterback.
Excuse me, he also was a Jets and Packer.
Yeah, but he didn't have a good career. I mean, really, the highlight of his career, he's a former Viking quarterback.
I'll remember him at the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, yeah, when he lost.
Sorry. You're not claiming him anymore?
No, that just was a really hard ending of a year for me when Brett Favre was there.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to open a wound.
Trauma.
All right, I apologize. That's not really what I was trying. I didn't realize it was so personal. But now I do. All right, former Viking quarterback Brett Favre. You're really upset.
No, it's okay.
Now look what I've done here.
It's okay.
All right, we got to take a break.
I mean, I'm more.
I got to go back and apply. Can we break early now?
No.
All right, I didn't think. I don't.
My guy.
I don't think anybody can soil their image more than being an old quarterback kicking around and sending package pics via the phone to what was she, Jets cheerleader?
Model host.
She was reporter.
Model host.
All right,
that's what.
Model host.
And now she's a comedian.
Jen Sturger. I'm not a big fan of people getting canceled, but this may be justification. I'm gonna, if all this is true, and you're telling me this is 100% true, right? Like there's really good reporting on this.
Didn't he already have to pay back stuff in
Yeah.
Mississippi? He's already dealing with that. There's text messages of him, buddy deals
with the governor.
Yeah. Of Mississippi.
All right.
And what I've heard all week,
Yeah.
as we dive into this story,
Yeah.
when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Well, he's just an old gunslinger. He's selling you Wranglers.
But yeah, he could throw a football, so he kept saying, "Oh, this story will move on. Oh, that story will move on." And you gotta stop moving on for Brett Favre.
The reporting, and it's been done relatively widely, is that there's text messages showing the Mississippi governor involved with the state paying, and I've read up to anywhere from $1 million to $5 million in welfare money to Brett Favre to help fund kind of a pet project for him, a volleyball gym at Southern Mississippi. Now, on the surface, look, you're trying to find money to build a volleyball gym at Southern Miss. Okay. They're looking for facility improvements at every university. Okay. But instead of the money that was earmarked to go to low-income families, and is, look, them, Mississippi, us, I mean, we're talking about some of the poorest states of the country. The money was funneled through a nonprofit group and spent on a new $5 million volleyball facility at Southern Miss that Favre attended Southern Miss. The former governor, Phil Bryant, also, who left office in 2020, he went to school there. The text messages show that Bryant, the governor, was on board with it. There's things, there's text messages with Favre saying, will the media ever find out where it came from? You sure nobody will know? So obviously they knew something seedy was going on. Look, I'm all for facilities being built at universities for athletics. And there's channels, and I know that in poor states, how you find the money and the money's going to go to Ole Miss and Mississippi State, not Southern. But are we taking money from low-income families, welfare money, to build this, and then everything that's come out with the text messages, all these texts, they were filed in state court on Monday. There's a nonprofit known as the Mississippi Community Education Center. Messages between Favre and the center's executive director included references to the governor, and the documents included messages between the governor and Favre, and this place. JJ, everything about this is so bothersome. The old gunslinger might not be the old good old boy that maybe he was made out to be.
He's not. And this is just, you just see that, and it's so disheartening. That's why no one trusts anyone.
Anybody, huh?
The governor of Mississippi, just like, oh, it's Brett Favre. We don't need to worry about the people of Mississippi. Here's $5 million so you can build a volleyball facility because your daughter plays on the team.
The money came from the Human Services Department through there was a nonprofit. And it was supposed to be basically for Favre for speaking engagements, which he never did. Favre then was going to direct the money to the volleyball facility at Southern Miss. And again, if you're at Southern Miss and you're probably on board, okay, fine, we're going to get this, we need this facility, right? We need it. We need these improvements. Everybody needs, everybody wants. His daughter played volleyball there.
But we all see it. The Mississippi Department of Human Services needs to.
No, that's right.
Yeah, they were scamming everyone.
This is kind of going to be the end of Brett Favre, right? I mean, he's not selling any copper socks anymore. Or...
He'll be doing all those football speaking engagements in the South. Easy.
Yeah, that's probably the quarterback clubs.
Love that stuff.
Yeah, the quarterback clubs that you go to. And who was Who just showed up at the? Oh, Gruden showed up at the quarterback club down in Birmingham or somewhere, right? Is that what it was?
That's where those are the things you go to, and you will always be a legend
because you're a really good football player, and I don't know, how do you feel if you're a Southern Miss alum? Your glory is Brett Favre, right? I mean, that's your guy, right? New Mexico's got Brian Urlacher. Southern Miss has Brett Favre. Eastern Illinois has Jimmy Garoppolo and Tony Romo, right? Like you got your guys you love. He'll always be welcome there, right? To speak at events, and I guess whatever. I don't know how I feel about it. I know how I feel about what's going on here allegedly, and is it even allegedly anymore? Is it because Favre says he didn't have anything to do with it, but I don't know how he's going to get away with that. I mean, they got all the text messages, right?
I didn't have anything to do with it. Yet there's text messages. There's texts that show that the then governor even guided Favre on how to write a funding proposal so it could be accepted by the Mississippi Department of Human Services.
Yeah. It's so bothersome, man. It's so bothersome that the money was diverted. And I want to know, you know what I'm really kind of interested in? Who didn't get the money? I mean, was there money that was supposed to go to welfare that families didn't get it? Was there more money that came in to fill that bucket? I mean, were there families was that going to feed families and those families didn't get fed, or was there more money? I know maybe that's semantics on this, but I don't know. You see where I'm going with this? Anyway, I'm sure somebody will do that. All right, 505-246-0610. When we come back to the latest on Justin Herbert's rib injury. He went out, the Chargers quarterback, for a play. Chase Daniels came in. God bless him. And then at 9 o'clock, Alec Marenko is going to be with us, the Lobo linebacker who hails from El Paso. Lobos and Miners this weekend. Thank you for being with us this morning. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Summer.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
and act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
85.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Justin Herbert left the game, went to the x-ray room, did not meet the media last night. The Chargers quarterback, after a 27-24 loss to the Chiefs. Rib injury, they're not making it public, which makes me believe that if there was nothing there, they'd say negative. The x-rays came back negative, right? If there was nothing there, they would tell you. Don't you think? Now they got the extra rest because they played on Thursday, and they don't play until next Sunday. So you got time for Justin Herbert to heal. This feels like you're going to have to deal with Justin Herbert injury, and can he play with broken ribs? They wear the flak jackets quarterbacks have over the years, right?
Yeah.
How much pain can he deal with?
What can you withstand?
Yeah, but that's the latest, and there really is no latest, so we're just waiting for more and more. But what I'm telling you is if they haven't released the results of the x-rays, it makes me think that there's something there. If there was nothing there, they'd say, oh, he's fine, he'll be all right. 505-246-0610. Is this the real Slim Grady?
Yes.
Non-government fund thieves of the OD and the AM. It is.
What's happening?
What's going on, guys?
Heard you saw A. Marie yesterday.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was a pleasant surprise. It turns out the venue was literally 5 minutes away from my office. So on my way home, I was able to pop in and introduce myself, and and to boot, she's funny.
Yeah.
So you know what?
How about that? How about that?
It was a real good time, and just quickly, that's one of the things that I love being a part of this sports animal family. We like to talk a lot of trash and beat up on each other, but when it does come down to it, we show up for each other too. So that was fun. I really enjoyed that. So
good.
I appreciate her making time to talk to me before her set because she was
she's a big
obviously
star.
in the zone. So
Yeah, no, and she's a big star, but she's got time for the people.
Hey, tell you what, there's no better star than that, right?
That's the truth. That's the truth. What's happening?
Hey, I want to talk a little bit of Lobo football, and the phrase, the paraphrase, heavy is the heart filled with expectations after a loss, and I'm hoping to not feel that way because you know what? I expect us, the Lobos, to win. I got to look at El Paso, UTEP. I got to look at State during that State game, and El Paso, UTEP. They have a couple of good backs. Their Thunder and Lightning combination, but I don't think those guys are better than Boise State's running back combination. I don't think UTEP's offensive line is better than Boise State's offensive line, and I don't think UTEP's defense is as good as Boise State's defense. So I expect the Lobos to punch these dudes in the mouth and work hard and win. After what I've seen, and this team is different. It sounds strange, but they've done what they're supposed to do for the first time in a long time. In years past, they're playing this FCS program, they're supposed to blow them out, and they didn't. They're supposed to be competitive with a better team, an upper echelon team, and they weren't. But so far, they have done what they're supposed to do. They blew out who they're supposed to blow out. They were competitive against who they were supposed to be competitive with, to the surprise of many, myself included. So, I'm not sitting here going to tell you, get on board or whatever. I'm just saying, look, I'm on board, and what that means is I now have expectations. I have expectations that they've performed well. They've passed my eye test, and I expect to win Saturday. And we're going to pack up the van and come down from the village. We'll be out there in the stands, and hopefully get a win. And I will say this, and again, I want to stay positive, but I'm being real. I will be disappointed if they lose because I think this is a very beatable team coming up here, and talent-wise, across the board, I think this is the win we can get.
All right. I think a lot of Lobo fan feels that way. All right, safe travels. You got seat backs and like cushions for the stands because I got a few of those if you need some.
I appreciate that, but now, after years of bleacher life, we're
all right.
we're
I stumbled
well
across like 2 boxes of them at the bowl office yesterday, so I got.
Okay,
some
well, you can never have too many. I may take you up on that.
Well, I got a guy, so let me know.
All right.
All right. Well, safe travels down here, and appreciate the phone call.
Absolutely appreciate the time.
See you. All right. So Grady says I'm a Lobo fan, and I expect a victory. Okay. I guess that's the next step, right?
I'm right there. They're not blowing out UTEP. This is going to be a tight game. If they can get the offense going, they can run the football some. Dude, Diego Pavia went out there in a second half, just started running around, and New Mexico State put up 187 yards on them. And that all wasn't, the entire second half wasn't UTEP not playing. There's opportunities. There's plays to be made. And this is a game. If you want to seriously talk about New Mexico somehow, some way running down 6 games this season, they have to win tomorrow.
All right. 505-246-0610. You're sending me a bunch of emails on Lobo football. Garcia says, Jeff, call of the year. Who said Lobo football needs to hire United's marketing department? Was it Marty number 1? United aren't a great team. I don't think they're particularly entertaining. But folks had been made to believe that their games are where the cool kids hang out, so come join them. You don't hear the callers say they have to drag people to dream style like that for Lobo football. It's interesting. Look, United does a great job of marketing. Great job. Looking forward to my fitty, Mr. Symbieta. Isn't it nice to be able to turn on the TV and the game is there? You don't need this package and that package. You aren't scrambling to find it on the computer where the stream keeps buffering. I'm just stocked up on water, and so I am ready to go. It's from Sid. Sid's going to be listening. and watching. I'll give Sid a little shout-out, too. Coming up next, Alec Marenko, Lobo linebacker, playing against his hometown team this weekend. He's been really, really good so far for the Lobos. We're going to catch up, and you're going to get to meet Alec Marenko next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. Don't sweat.
Big one tomorrow out at University Stadium. Lobos and the UTEP Miners. 6:02 kickoff. This should be really good. Miners were in town last December, played the New Mexico Bowl against Fresno State, put up a heck of a fight. They came in as big dogs, were leading that game, had a chance to win it. And now they're coming back as a 1-2 football team. Miners coming off a win over New Mexico State last week. Lobos 1-1. Good morning to you. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. If you can't get out there tomorrow, do tune in. I will have the call with George Carter on My 50 in the Mountain West Network. One of the really bright spots for Lobo football this year has been the play of a linebacker from El Paso who's right now 8th on the team in tackles and has really been all over the field on the defensive side. Alec Marenko's been getting a whole lot of snaps, a 6'3" sophomore out of Burgess High School in El Paso. That's right, El Paso. That's the EP in UTEP. And a big game that means a lot to him tomorrow. Alec Marenko joins us this morning on the opening drive. Good morning, Alec. How you living?
I'm doing good. Wonderful morning.
Well, it is. Big week for you, huh? Is this one of those where you circle on the calendar, you see the schedule coming out, you're an El Paso guy, you grew up going to UTEP games, your family's a UTEP family. Is this just another game, or is there a whole lot more spice to this one?
Well, in the back of my head, you got to think of it, like it's just a regular game. You know, you got to play how you usually play. You just got to go out there and try to win. But it's kind of personal. I got a lot of smack talk for coming to Albuquerque, coming to UNM, when UTEP's right there, my hometown. But it's just a gut feeling that I chose the right school.
Why did you come to UNM? You grew up going to UTEP games. I saw the picture in the paper of you at the New Mexico Bowl back when Aaron Jones had that big game and that big season for the Miners. Why? And I know you were recruited and offered by the Miners. Why did you decide to leave home and come up here?
Back at home, I had a lot of distractions, a lot of things that could have set me back. So to come over here, I had to learn to grow up, be an adult, mature. And Coach G, Coach Ruffett, Coach Long, they're great coaches. I know Coach Long has a winning history. Coach G over there back at San Diego State. And I just wanted to be a part of a culture that turns a losing program to a winning program.
Lobo linebacker Alec Marenko is with us on the opening drive this morning.
Now, Alec, how big was it for you to have a connection, especially with someone like Troy Redford, a coach who knows that area, but here at New Mexico, to start make that transition to Albuquerque?
Yes, sir. All the coaches, they treat you like they're their sons. It was great because Coach Ruffett called me every night, talked to me, understood things. We had things in common that we shared. We always talked about, and for him to be an El Paso native, I know I have a piece of El Paso here.
When you were growing up, of course, you're all Miners UTEP fan, but what did you think about New Mexico in the games that UTEP played against the Lobos? Like, what was that rivalry for you as just a fan, and how is it different now that you're playing in it?
Well, as a little kid, as a little 11-year-old, you don't really think about rivalries like that. You just thought, oh, it's a big game. It's a big game for the UTEP, and it's going against UNM. So I had zero clue what UNM was. I just at that time I hoped UNM lost to UTEP, but now as the tables turn, I'm here at UNM. I'm hoping UNM, can push through, have a good game.
Alec Marenko, Lobo linebacker, is with us. You're getting a lot of snaps. When did you realize you were going to be a pretty big part of this defense? Was it in camp? Was it in that first game against Maine? When did you realize, man, I can do this and I belong here and I'm going to play a lot?
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, last season, it didn't really go the way I wanted it to. I got snaps on special teams, but I feel like I wish I got more snaps during defense. That's just the way it goes. You have to develop, adapt, learn the scheme. I didn't learn the scheme as well as what I learned now. And I would say spring ball, when I started, getting into it, playing, watching more film, understanding the defense, that's when I realized that I could be a key part in this defense.
How fun is it to play in this defense? I've had players tell me over the years they love playing in this Rocky Long defense. They get to run around. They get to do different things. How enjoyable is it for you, and how tough has it been to learn it?
I would say to learn it, it's going to take a year or two. Some of the players that were here before me, they're barely learning it now. But how fun it is, I would say it's a blast. Always studying, running around, always moving, disguising everything, making the quarterback, well, like the other team, they're going to have to watch a lot more film, understand what plays are running, misdirection. And it allows you to get open sometimes, allows you to set up your teammate for a tackle. It's a great defense. I wouldn't want to be in any other defense.
I think this defense is pretty good. Do you guys start to get a feeling that, wow, right now you're ranked 7th nationally in total defense after 2 weeks, and I understand that's a small sample size, but are you guys starting to realize we can be pretty good and have a swagger about you?
Yes, sir. Every week we go in, we have a meeting on Tuesdays to watch film, the whole defense, and it's just 2 good plays, 2 bad plays from each coach. And once you realize, you start seeing the good plays. If we can normalize getting every snap good plays, then this defense will be shut out. We'll be even closer to the top in the nation. So it's just great. We just all have to work in one piece, one assignment. If one of the 11 on the team, I would say one of the 11 on the team, if they make an assignment, it kind of throws off everybody on that 11.
Now, Alec, you mentioned that you came up to Albuquerque, University of New Mexico, to avoid some of the distractions, but your family can still make that trip. It's an easy drive up north. They don't have to jump on planes and go places to watch you play football. So how big is it that they're able to be there, and especially this weekend? Now, who knows what the final number will be, but 20-plus family, friends there to support you.
Yes, sir. It means a lot. Usually, it's not just UTEP game. UTEP game, there might be a couple more fans, but usually I got a big family to support me, always coming to the games. I would say usually around like 15 people would show up regularly. So just to have a little extra people might motivate me some more.
Your sister plays volleyball at UTEP, is that right?
Yes, sir.
How's that? How's that relationship with her? Is there a good rivalry? Is there a nice sibling rivalry that's kind of spiced up by the different schools?
Yes, sir. Like even when we were little, we were always competing against each other. We're always trying to make each other better. My sister Savannah Marenko, one hell of a volleyball athlete. I would say UTEP, I would always give her a hard time. Just be like, go Bows, picks down. But UTEP is a great school. I'm glad she chose that school. But I would say rivalry at home, she does joke around. She says go Miners to me all the time. And I put one of the Lobos window stickers on her car, and she hasn't taken it off.
Nice. Who's a better athlete?
Yes, sir.
Who's a better athlete, you or her?
Better athlete?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
I mean, you're a better football player, and she's a better volleyball player, I would assume. But who's a better athlete? What could she do better than you outside of your 2 sports of expertise? What are you better than her at?
We were both pretty good soccer athletes. I would say my sister could have went Division I in soccer as well. So I might give her. I don't know if I'm going to go Division I in track, but so I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
She pretty quick.
I would say back in her prime when she was running, miles. Yeah, I would say she is.
Yeah.
But now I think I got her beat.
Right on. Sure. Well, it's a big day tomorrow for your family, I know, and certainly for you, right? Anytime you play your hometown team, I don't know if you feel like you got something to prove, but you certainly have something to show, right? Is that a fair way to say it?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah. Totally agree.
All right, well, we'll be out there tomorrow. Watch for number 18 flying around. He's 8th on the team in tackles right now on a defense that is 7th in the nation in total defense. Alec, enjoy the conversation. Best of luck to you tomorrow, the rest of the season. Thanks for spending some time with us on a Friday.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Be well. Alec Marenko. I love those stories, right? Because the whole family's conflicted. They've always been Miner fans, and now they got to figure it out and come up, and you're always going to root for your kid, right? I mean,
yes, you are.
Wherever my kid goes, if she's playing somewhere, that's how it's going to be. All right, hope you enjoyed that. When we return, how much do you spend on a recruiting trip? College athlete recruiting trip. Start thinking of budgets and how much would you spend to bring in a high recruit. And then wait till you hear the number that was spent on Arch Manning's recruiting visit. That's coming up next. I'm going to tell you about IPS, International Protective Service. They protect my home. They have for years. They give my family peace of mind. They protect hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes and businesses in Albuquerque because property crime's on the upswing, officer shortage continues, and IPS has great success. They keep the bad guys away. You've worked too hard to build your business, your home. Don't let the bad guys come and take it away. Have the good guys make sure that you are protected. Aaron Jones started this company in 2006, and he continues to build the best private security company that you can find. You see their vehicles everywhere. IPS, International Protective Service, committed to the city and to your protection with highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols. Find out what they can do for you. Give them a call at 505-897-2420, area code 505-897-2420, or online at ipsglobal.com.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
A and the M. The A is the Appalachian State A. After beating them, it's actually brilliant.
Pretty good.
It's really good. ODAM, Jeff, JJ, A. Marie. Got an email that says, Anne Marie's funny? Who knew? Who knew? It's not right. But everybody knew that.
The fact that she's been a comedian for who knows how long now?
14 years?
Yeah, she's actually really funny. It's on the text line. It says, Anne Marie's funny? Who knew? Ha-ha. I think it's from your buddy's speech, though.
Oh, he's seen me perform it.
So I would think he would know.
He said he's come to the New Mexico Bowl.
Okay.
It is funny when people see me perform, like, oh, I think it's funny when they come after me, and they're like, oh, you are funny. I think that's...
Yeah, like I've been doing this for a minute.
Well, I just think that's a funny
like
comment after every time. They're like,
what did you
whoa.
expect?
Like they don't just keep
It's the
booking
same-
you, and this time it's going to be
Same with
funny.
sports radio too. Like,
This
oh,
time.
you know football. Ugh.
Well, it's all right.
It's like weird.
Because people don't know when I did my
weird.
first few fill-ins on Lobo Basketball Radio,
Right.
and people are like, "Wow, that was really good." I'm like, "Well, thank you, but what did you expect? Did you
gonna
think
pick
I was
some
going to
Joe
suck?"
Schmo?
They're like, "Thank you for that. I appreciate the kind words, but like they sound so surprised."
Dude
Right?
with a basketball throwing it to someone else.
Yeah. Like, thank
what's
you,
going on?
and I appreciate the kind words,
It's funny.
but you say it like, "Wow, you were actually pretty good," and I'm like, "Well, thank you, but did you think I was going to suck?" All right, how much do you think is spent on recruiting trips? I don't know. There's a budget, right? Every school's got a recruiting budget. Arch Manning is going to Texas, correct? He's Cooper's kid, right? So he's the grandson of Archie Manning, the nephew of Eli and Peyton. He's Cooper's son. And evidently he might be the best Manning quarterback of all of them, is what they're telling me. So he went to Texas. You ever wonder what a recruiting trip is like and what it might cost? JJ, what did Texas... They rolled out more than the red carpet, didn't they?
The headliner was Arch Manning. There were a couple other players on the trip with him.
All right.
The weekend. So The Athletic had the story of what the weekend was like 3 days before Arch Manning committed to the University of Texas. And this was back in June. And this is the difference. Is when people are talking about, why are you chasing money, TV contracts, what are you doing this for? Because you can spend in one weekend on a handful of recruits. Texas spent $280,000 in one weekend and didn't blink.
Can I
Didn't bat
up
an eye
you one?
at it.
According to public records that The Athletic obtained, they spent nearly $630,000 on 2 recruiting weekends in June. So you told me 260 that weekend or 280 that weekend?
280.
280 and 280 is 560. So they spent more than that the next weekend, $630,000 on 2 recruiting visits, including that visit you talked about with Arch Manning and 8 other recruits.
Before they even got to campus on this visit, they're downtown, balling hotels. They dropped $65,000.
God bless them for doing it.
Yeah, it's not, oh my gosh, why are you doing this? Like, that's what the difference is. When you hear Power 5, first group of 5.
All right.
TV deals, 7 years, $1 kajillion.
All right, so go into, because I asked you, how do you spend $280 grand on Arch Manning. And so understanding that it was on 8 recruits, but go through what this was. I mean, it's Top Golf and Lobster. Where'd the money go?
Of course, they pay for the flights.
Okay.
Drivers. Staying at the best hotels in Austin.
And I'm hearing everybody going, hookers. No, stop it. Those are not there. That's not on this thing. This isn't. Never mind.
Open bar for the parents.
Open bar for the parents. That's nice.
They had custom cakes, snacks.
Custom cakes.
And ice sculpture.
That's
It's got to be pretty expensive to keep an ice sculpture from melting in Austin, Texas in June.
Okay.
So I'm sure there's a lot of money into that. Lake cruise. Got to get out there on Lake Travis.
Of course. That's beautiful.
That's a win.
Everybody had the nice lobster, all you can do to yourself dinner.
They had a $36,000 dinner.
Okay. Well, you know what? For what? How many people? 8 people with their parents. So 8 times 3 is 24. That's probably about $1,000 a person. Okay. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't do that? It's not. Look, I'm not mad at them.
No, it's just this is the difference. This is when you hear teams chasing television money, conferences blowing up, wanting to fly across the country. That's because you're chasing the dollars to do this.
And this isn't odd, by the way. This isn't like it's not like everybody else that can afford it isn't doing this. This is they're all going to the Four Seasons and a photo shoot at the Texas Memorial Stadium and going to Top Golf, and I mean they're all doing this. If you can afford it, that's what they're doing.
They got 9 of the 11 over those 2
So
weekends.
they'll tell you that's
a
worth
win.
It. Yeah.
That is worth it.
They'll tell you it's worth it. All right, 505-246-0610. Vince wants to talk about the Lobos tomorrow. What's up, Vince?
Hey, good morning. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. What's happening?
Hey, should be a great game tomorrow night. This is the only game that I root against the Lobos, pull for my alma mater.
Fair enough.
I think it's a close-fought game. I thought the opening line at 4.5 was too high, and I see that it's come down to about 2.5. I bet it's down to 1 by game time. Could come down to a final possession. But I think it's going to be a good-fought game. I hope to see a lot of people out there tomorrow night. It's an old, wacky-whack regional rivalry. I wish it was in place every year. But just hoping for a great game. Love to see everybody out at the stadium tomorrow night. And, picks up. Let's go Lobos, except for tomorrow night. But let's see everybody out there.
Thanks.
You guys take care.
I appreciate you, Vince. I think that most people think this is going to be an entertaining close football game. Now, it may not be 45-42, so it won't be. Who was the caller last week or earlier this week that said, yeah, but the game was boring. So
those friends thought it was boring. The first half for average football fan was not good football.
Okay.
We're not going to sugarcoat that.
Look,
when you have 4 straight 3-and-outs.
Yep.
Like, if you're not invested, if you're not, like, I live for this, that was not a fun first half.
So look, this game might be 20-17.
Yeah.
This could be a 20-17 football game. Is that going to stun you if this game goes under 40?
That's what I'm expecting.
Right? It's kind of what we're all expecting. When he says old whack game, you're starting to think, they're going to throw the ball around the yard, Colt Brennan, or, all these high score. No. This is one of the best defenses in America right now, statistically. And an offense put up 20 against New Mexico State, for crying out loud. I mean, with all due respect to New Mexico
And that's
State.
the way the Lobos are going to win games this year.
Yeah. No,
tight.
Look, if the Lobos
Close
win this
football
game 10-7, you should come back in here on Monday and feel good about it. This isn't one of those where they got to blow this team out. Really, they're underdogs.
This is not a blowout game. This is a one-score game in the fourth quarter. That's what I'm expecting. Tight contest. Defenses flying around. Struggling to create offense at times.
I think that's
both
right.
ways.
Well,
I think that's what we're going to see.
And that's okay, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And I think it's going to be a hard-hitting game. I think it's going to be a physical game. And that's games like this, mistakes are magnified. Turnovers are magnified. You've got to take care of the football. And this, Danny says it all the time, a couple plays are going to turn a game. That's certainly the way this game shapes up to be. This should be fun tomorrow night. The weather's going to be perfect. This is one of those where you got, I got the State Fair, and
That's fine.
Do you think? I don't.
But for the Lobos, this is huge.
Yeah.
Because if they don't beat UTEP, They could still go on and beat their win total projection for the season.
Whatever.
But I don't see them chasing 6. And I think there's a realistic chance of this team chasing 6 wins if they can show that against a middle-tier defense, they can create some offense. Because UTEP is going to be similar to what you see from Colorado State and Wyoming ahead. Because you still have Fresno State, Air Force, San Diego State ahead on that schedule. And there's not chances. Like because you lose this, LSU, you're getting paid. That's not going to be a good day for New Mexico. And then you got a 9 o'clock kickoff in Las Vegas. And if we're a 1-win team coming out of September, good night.
It's a big one tomorrow. I hope you go out and enjoy it. 505-246-0610. Hey, weekdays from 8 to 5 p.m., you've got a shot to win $100. And one grand prize winner is going to win $25,000. When you hear the national keyword, text that word to 95819, 95819, and you're going to get qualified. Please don't text and drive. Got that going on for you as well. All right, when we come back, a little NFL stuff. We're going to look back a little bit more at the Chiefs and the Chargers. And why are they just the Chargers? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Lobo football is back. And so
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands
So, I tell you, there's a lot of things that I lean on, right? I tell you a lot. I'm not going to tell you how to be a fan. Do what you want to do. One of the things I tell you a lot is they're the Chargers, right? And at some point, I imagine it'll change. I think the Chargers have one of the best rosters in the NFL. I think the Chargers might have even been a better team than the Chiefs last night, but they didn't win the game. And JJ came in this morning, and what'd you tell me?
Chargers gonna charge you.
They're going to charge her. There's something about being the second team in LA. The Clippers, Chargers. Look at the Ducks do it. Look at the Angels. Whatever it is, Chargers should go back to San Diego, first of all. Got a beautiful stadium they could share with San Diego State, probably. They could rent it from the Aztecs, Snapdragon. It's 100 degrees there every day, by the way. Do you know that? Only on game days, it's 100 degrees at Snapdragon Stadium. Know what Craig Thompson told us? They are really good, and they're going to win a lot of games. But at some point, you have to learn how to win. And with that young coach and that young quarterback, and JJ came down to really that play, right? Gerald Everett was tired. They didn't let him off the field. He ran a lazy route. The quarterback didn't see it, threw it to him, and a pick six, 99 yards the other way.
You don't know how insane that play was? I don't even know how they come up with this one. Justin Herbert's pick six was the only pick six this century that came in the red zone in the fourth quarter of a tie game.
First of
all, how do they figure that out?
Kudos to whatever kid they got in the closet researching that. All right, look at every game. First of all, kudos. That's terrific. First pick six of a tie game in the red zone this century.
In the fourth quarter.
That's insane. That's how rare that is. And Justin Herbert's got no better than that. As much as you all want to love Justin Herbert, and he's good, and I like him too, but you got to learn how to win. He's got to know that. If he sees his tight ends dragging, and he's got to see it, well, Jeff, he's got a lot to look at, and there's a lot. No, he's a damn quarterback. If he sees his tight end wants to come off the field, and he's dragging, he can barely walk, he's so tired, and so then don't throw him the ball.
I could see him missing that one moment where Everett was looking like that, and then they told him turn around, and so he just turns around and runs to the line.
He's got to throw it somewhere else. Howard, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. How you doing today?
Excellent. How you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, I want to backtrack just a tad. I know you're talking about the Charger game, but interesting what you brought up about the budgets over at Texas and what have you. And God bless Coach Gonzalez, because I'm quite sure they're probably staying at a Motel 6 and asking for a discount if they leave the light off. Probably showing up to a recruiting trip with a pizza and a 12-pack. I mean, the disparity of the budgets are obvious. And I think what Coach Gonzalez invests in this community and in this team is remarkable, you know, and he gets results. He gets good players here. And I think we really need to take a step back and realize that. We're not going to be Texas. But, you know, we can be a program that wins more games than it loses and goes to a bowl game every year. And I think that's where this thing is headed. And I hope he gets there and can quiet up. You know, guys, somebody's always going to complain about something, right?
Well, you got people that you know, is that not going to be good enough? And what Danny's doing, you've got a good buddy who you're on a text train with all the time, that nothing Danny does is going to be good enough. And it's all too goofy, and they're never going to be Texas, and it's irrelevant to some. And you know what? That's probably not your fan. That's probably not going to be Lobo fan. And you got to tune that noise out. If people get the mindset that you do, that you can have a good, entertaining product, that, yes, you're right, you're not Texas, but you can compete for a league championship, that you've got something to compete for, that it's fun, it's entertaining, you go out, and there's pride. Because if this program wins, it's going to bring positive energy to this community, to the state, and people around the country are going to notice. You notice when Appalachian State wins, don't you? All of a sudden, where the hell's Boone, North Carolina? Now you know. You notice when Marshall wins a football game. You notice would you ever know about Boise State if it wasn't for their good football team? Right. So I think if you put it in the perspective that you've got, then good things can happen.
Absolutely. You know, I'm going to shift gears a little bit, and Luke, my 8-year-old grandson, he had a blast at the game. We had a really good time. And I'm going to just say one thing about my Dallas Cowboys. There's a 7-point spread this weekend against Cincinnati, and they're home dogs, right? So one of the things I'm going to say about that, I don't care if it would have been Cooper Rush behind center this week or Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's play was atrocious. I can see that line being pretty doggone close to the same thing, whether it's Cooper Rush or Dak Prescott. Because I don't know, Dak Prescott just did not look good. The entire team, they lacked discipline from the coaching staff. I mean, the offense doesn't know. I saw a couple of receivers piled up in the same area at times, and it's I don't know. I thought Kellen Moore was a better offensive coordinator than that, but it seems like the offense is just lost. They don't have weapons. The defense is formidable. I think they'll be all right on defense. But here we go, Cowboys. Let's we'll talk about it again next year. See how you do. Have a good one, guys.
See you. He's already given up, huh? Sounds like he's given up, and they're starting to desert on Kellen Moore. Hello, Terry.
Good Friday to everyone from the island of misfit toys. Telling A. Marie, me and Jimmy Kimmel take the summer off, and so back at it.
Beautiful.
So hugs and good thoughts to Addie, Austin, and Baloo. So I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. To me, the Chargers lost the game. It brought back bad memories when Asante Samuels dropped his pick six from Mahomes, where he could have gone the distance. It was like his dad was the one who, from Eli started that drive with the David Tyree catch. Actually, like first play or two was a sure interception to Asante Samuel, and that changed the world from a perfect season. But I digress on that. So from that, me always trying to chime in and help out. Hard Knocks, I think they can do a real life Hard Knocks. Brett Favre in prison doing a real life Longest Yard show. Where he belongs, so hopefully they take care of him and do that. Lobos will be there. Hope they can put it in the end zone or something in the first half for the fan base. That field goal at the end of the first half, I just saw the bubble start to leak out a little bit when they missed the field goal. Defense was playing their heart out, but you had to sit there and go, can they score? And so hopefully they find some plays, find some receivers open, and hopefully the running backs break it loose and all that. So from that standpoint, we wish them well. We'll be there. Someday hope to meet everybody. We'll be up in Section G rooting them on. Danny deserves it. I hope I wish they just would give him a long-term contract and say, here, we got a hometown guy. He wants to be here. And deal with it that way from that sake. It's just something, whether it's 15,000, 25,000, whatever, let's just move on and let him play, and things will come around sooner or later and all that. So everybody have a good time at the game. The weather's going to be perfect. Jeff, I hope you have a good call. JJ, you do a good pregame show. As always, A. Marie, as always, you're wonderful. So you guys, like I said, enjoy the weekend, enjoy your families, take
Thanks,
care,
Terry.
be
See
safe.
you. All right, no, it's good, and go out and have fun with it. I don't know, there's a lot going on this weekend. Everybody's got their thing. I'm gonna miss the cross country meet this weekend, which kind of bums me out. Yeah, I don't miss a lot. Hoping Addie gets to run. She's got shin splints, and so it's rest and ice. And then she said, I get a text from her yesterday, and God bless her because she's an athlete. Remember when you were 16, nothing was going to keep you out, right? You're not hurt. But they've got a smaller meet. They're out in Zuni this week. There's only 3 teams, and then next week there's no meet, and then the week after that is the APS Invitational. And so I'm like, well, this is the perfect time if you're going to get hurt, right? Back down. You got 2 weeks. And then she said, well, I ran 2 miles on the grass. It felt okay. I said, babe, you're supposed to be taking it easy. Well, I only ran 2, right? You and me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you like,
yeah.
When was the last time I ran 2 miles? But so we may have an injured athlete this weekend. I'm trying to get her to do the right thing, not blow the whole season. But you know how it is, man. I love that she wants to fight through the pain and compete. We'll see. We will see. All right, we're gonna wrap it up with you. I'll read you the correspondence that I haven't got to yet. Still have time for a phone call, 505-246-0610, and you can call your shot. Lobos and Miners at University Stadium tomorrow. Come on and get in. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A. Marie on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821.
You ready for a football weekend?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
What happened? Why don't I hear anything? Oh, there you go. No, we didn't forget to hoe. So here, you want, if you, well. Yeah, you want to play it on your end? Yeah, I just figured you forgot to hoe. We didn't forget to hoe. I had it ready to go. I was wondering if we were hoeing coming out of that. You okay? I thought you would hoe with Grady on the line, to be honest with you.
I want to start an early hoe,
Yeah.
but now, okay, I don't. God, what a mess.
What are you, new? All right, we will.
No,
hoe.
I'm not new.
All right, I didn't think so.
But we're gonna hoe right now.
All right, recruiting budget, by the way.
No, we're gonna hoe.
Okay, well, I'm ready. Okay, you want to hoe? I don't want to hoe anymore. You know what?
You have to hoe, or I'm gonna never live it down. You have to hoe.
I will hoe. You know why?
Give me a hoe if you got your funky bus fare.
Okay.
I couldn't even hear it.
You couldn't?
No, super low.
Really?
Yeah, that's. I always kind of have an idea where we are with this.
Well, you know
song.
what? You guys are very we're in tune together.
Ho sync. We're in ho sync. Thank you for the ho.
Sorry, guys. I usually insert that in the log.
Yeah. Do
And
you?
it was not. Yeah.
All right.
I don't even play it off the hotkey anymore.
Well, I
insert in
just
the
had it
log.
ready to go, just so you knew, right? I mean, because
You just have that in a key over
yeah,
there?
I just have it in the background. Yeah. All right. Let me give you a couple emails on the budgeting. This is from James. James says in 2019, the OD in an OD interview, Bob Davies said it costs $3,500 for every official visit, $5,000 per coach per week are out recruiting. That's why he said they went after so many mercenaries the last couple seasons. They have fewer options, so they could land a higher percentage of them. How much you want to bet those figures include every gift in kind athletics could negotiate with hotels, restaurants, so they didn't have to pay out cash out of pocket? James, I don't have a problem if they negotiate trade for the hotels. Like, why? I mean, actually, I would tell you that's a good idea, wouldn't you? And they're not going to put these guys in a crappy hotel. They're staying at the nicer hotels in town. I promise you that. But if they've got a trade, like, they should use it. They don't have Texas's budget, man. Why would that bother you? I mean, would it?
It's the reality of it.
All right. Gene says, Jeff, people in New Mexico just like to bitch. It isn't just Lobo football. He says, yesterday I was listening to someone cry about the outrageous $10 to park at the state fair. Who was the caller that says New Mexico wants filet mignon for the price of arches? Everybody. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Is this the last place in America where, like, people really, really, really expect free parking and complain that they have to pay for parking everywhere?
Yes.
I mean, everywhere
Absolutely, yes.
It is, right? Everywhere you go, it's expected that you're going to pay I've told you, $100 at the Coliseum. My brother told me he paid $100 to park at Dodger Stadium or something. I mean, it's like the last place that... And is it just the old school people who remember free parking? It's just... By the way, have you noticed some of the emails I've not read this week? Have you noticed the trend in me keeping a certain theme out of it? Have you noticed that?
It's not a productive conversation.
That's right. That's right. Dan says, nervous fans, Jeffrey, Juan Jose, Ana Maria, Austin, Jeffrey's mother, and the dog, etc. I think fans of both clubs are thinking, stand in the University Stadium winner circle Saturday night and we can still salvage our season. Lose and the path to the New Mexico Bowl becomes very cloudy. Attendance 18,516 is his prediction. Yeah, this is the conversation you and I had earlier this week. I think this is a huge game for both teams. Who's it bigger for? Lobos or UTEP? It's huge for UTEP too. This is really kind of that pivot game on both of these schedules, don't you think?
Absolutely. UTEP feels the same exact way.
100%.
The Lobos feel right now.
Yep.
They're both looking at, we need this game Saturday.
100%. This is one of those. This can, somebody's going to be feeling really good, and somebody's really not. on side. No, I mean, I know winners always feel that way, but this is one of those where you look in the mirror and you see them and you say, you know what, we should. And I know both of those locker rooms say we should beat them. Lobo fan feels like they should have won last year. You went down there with no receivers. Remember, everybody had COVID, and you lost a one-possession game. They went on to win 7 games, go to a bowl game, played in your stadium. Actually lived in your locker room for 4 days. Hoser, happy, what day is today? Oh, wait, here. Ho.
Yeah, it's Cherry Friday,
Pay
Ho
for this song
Friday.
too, man.
You guys ready? Ready for tomorrow? I am.
Yeah, you ready? You're going to be out there giving stuff away?
Yeah, giving stuff away, maybe singing some karaoke.
Oh, you're going to sing
Who knows
karaoke?
what they got in plan. You know, I might actually be the one lighting up the fireworks, so watch out.
No, you've done everything else. I mean, after Squadouche, I mean,
Yeah,
you
that's
emptied
right.
the
I'm a
crappers.
jack of all trades, master of none.
That's good.
That's the way that goes.
That's exactly how that goes, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm looking forward to what I'm looking for as far as the Lobos on offense is just I guess some consistency in moving the football back and forth. Last week, you know, and it's always strange about the defense. You know, the defense, I don't know if it's just talent-wise or just the way the defense is schemed that just makes it, I mean, here we are 2-3 years later, and it's already clicking. And it's always been the kind of Achilles heel of the Lobos is that offense, trying to get an offense that kind of matches that defense. And so hopefully we're on the right track, but we'll see.
Well, they got to score points to win, right? At some point, you got to score points to win, and I don't think this is going to be a shootout by any means. So, yeah, this would be a week to get healthy and get that offensive line moving, get your run. JJ, we haven't talked a lot about it. We talk about playmakers. Get the running game going, and I expect to see some Nate Jones pops this weekend, don't you?
I would hope so.
Yeah, me too, because, I mean, last week he was just, I mean, he was held in check pretty much. I was like, come on, Nate.
Yes,
I thought this was your time.
Yep. Yes, he was. All right, man. We'll see you out there tomorrow.
Okay. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Well, this is one that if they can't run the football, then red flags, warning signs, like big problems.
Yeah. Look, we'll know a lot more. I've told you, I said this at the beginning of the year. This is the week where you're going to have a really good idea what your Lobo football team is about, right? You played a main team that you're better than. You played one of the better teams in your league that's probably better than you, okay? All right, so now you play a team that you feel that you should be on par with. Yes, they went to a bowl game last year, but you played toe-to-toe with that team last year. And you played toe-to-toe with them without anybody to throw the football to. That's a team that you feel that you should be able to compete with. You watched them beat New Mexico State by a touchdown last weekend and hold on the last possession. This is I've told you this since camp. This is the week. We'll come out of it on Monday, and you'll have a better idea what this football team's about. Next week's not going to be the determining factor. Next week you're going to LSU, right? So this is the week where you're going to get out of here and say, all right, kind of an idea what we are. And that's why you're saying it's so important, huh?
Yes. Because if you get this, and you knew it was going to be a roller coaster ride between Maine, Boise State, UTEP, LSU.
All right, Aggies will be in Wisconsin to take on the Badgers. That game, I believe, is a Big Ten Network game. And it is going to be, last I looked, I'm going to get you the up-to-date number, but they were giant dogs. They are now, it's been bet all the way down. Wasn't this a 46.5-point spread the other day?
I believe it was.
It's now 37.5.
Okay.
With the over-under at 46, meaning they expect them to win, 47 to 10, no, 37 to 10, basically. Yeah, that's about right. Big Ten Network 130. At 46, I was taking that number. I told you that, right? 37.5 makes me think they lost to Minnesota 38-0. I mean, you're kind of looking at something along those lines. Do you feel? Do you feel the Aggie defense showed you anything? Look, Wisconsin's struggling at scoring. Now, look, they played Washington State last week, and they played Illinois State the week before. They beat Illinois State 38-0. What do you think Wisconsin fans thinking? Hey, we play our non-conference schedules. Illinois State, Washington State's a good Pac-12 school, and New Mexico State. Next week, do you catch them looking ahead?
Even more.
Do you catch them looking ahead? They get Ohio State next week. Wisconsin. Is this the right
to
weekend
cover?
again?
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
not to win the game.
Look, if you're New Mexico State, again, you want to come out of there, show me something positive. There was nothing positive on tape coming out of Minnesota. If you can make a few stops, I don't think Minnesota punted once, did they? Show me a series where you stopped them and made them punt. Show me a turnover. Show me a drive where you go down the field and get some points. If you're New Mexico State, that's what you want. Show me, son. I got out healthy. We lost 35-10, and we scored twice and held them 35 points. I mean, isn't that kind of what you want if you're New Mexico State right now? Now, Jerry Kill was on the show the other day, said, look what happens. You never know what happens. You're right. You never know. That's why they play the game. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd follows that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4 o'clock, and then you get the Isotopes and Sugarland or Sugarland. JJ's got the post-game show tomorrow at 5 o'clock over on News Radio KKOB. He'll be with Nedward Abraham James, Lobos and UTEP. I'll have the television broadcast on My 50. Hey, Marie, have a great weekend.
You too.
Great work this week. Adrian, terrific job. Enjoy the weekend. I'll see you tomorrow, huh?
Have a day.
Have
a day.
Great, safe weekend, boys and girls. We will be back Monday morning, 7 a.m. Have a day is funny to me. Have a weekend. Be good to each other. Please be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you on Monday.
Natural gas prices have almost...
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.